So this is part 1 of the video series on problems on algebraic expressions. And here we have a problem that says simplify the expressions and evaluate them as directed. So the first is x multiplied by x minus 3 plus 2 for x is equal to 1. So you have to simplify it and then you have to find the value of this expression for 1. But first you have to simplify. What does that mean? It means that you cannot put this value of x is equal to 1 straight here. First you'll have to multiply. This is a monomial and this is a binomial. Why this is a binomial? Because here you have two terms, x and 3. So basically this can be written as x, and this is x plus within the bracket minus 3, right? And then this is plus 2. Now if you multiply this x with this x, you'll get x multiplied by x, this plus sign here, and then this is x multiplied by minus 3 plus 2. X squared, then this is x means 1x, so 1x multiplied by minus 3 will be minus 3x plus 2. Now if you put this value of x equal to 1 here, you will get 1 squared minus 3 multiplied by 1 plus 2. This is 1, this is minus 3, this is plus 2. So you get what? You get 0. 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. Now here, if you look at this particular term, so here you have one monomial and one binomial, then minus this is a monomial and then again a binomial. So basically this can be simplified as this is 3y. So it's always good practice, to write the terms in the form of, write an expression in the form of addition of terms, so that you don't get confused or you don't make a mistake when you're dealing with this negative sign. So this is 3y, because most of the students make mistake when they are dealing with a negative sign. Put plus here, and within the bracket minus 7. Then you have minus 3 here. You have minus 3, better put also this plus here and this minus 3. And then this is y plus within the bracket minus 4. And then this is plus minus 63. If you think that you don't need this, plus and then within the bracket minus sign, you can proceed in that way also. But my point is that putting this minus sign within the bracket saves you from making any mistake when you're dealing with negative sign. So now you have 3y multiplied by 2y. 3y multiplied by 2y. This plus sign here. 3y multiplied by minus 7. Then this plus sign here. Minus 3 multiplied by y. This plus sign here. Minus 3 multiplied by minus 4, and then this is plus minus 63. Okay, so here you have 3y and 2y. So we'll group together the numbers and multiply them. 3 multiplied by 2, and then you have y multiplied by y. Then this plus sign here, you have 3y minus 7. Group together the numbers. So 3 multiplied by minus 7. Then you have y, so write y here, plus sign. Minus 3 multiplied by y means what? Minus 3y, because this is minus 3, this is 1y. Minus 3 multiplied by 1 is minus 3, and then you have y here, this plus sign here. You have minus 3 multiplied by minus 4 means 12. Then you have plus and minus 63, so write minus 63 here. You can open the bracket and you'll get the negative sign. This is 6y squared. Now this is 3 times minus 7 is minus 21. So plus minus 21y, then this is plus, within the bracket is minus, so open the bracket and you get minus 3y, and this is plus 12 minus 63. From here you get 6y squared, open the bracket and you'll get minus 21y and minus 3y plus 12 minus 63. Okay, now if you look at this term, that is minus 21y actually. If you want, then you can put within the bracket. This is plus, this is minus, same thing for here. This is plus and this is minus. So minus 21y and minus 3y, these are two like terms. And why these are like terms? Because you have this y here, algebraic factor, and you have y here again in this term also, that is again algebraic factor, and the algebraic factors are the same. So minus 21y and minus 3y means minus will, two minus will add up, so you'll get here minus 6y squared plus minus 21y minus 3y means minus 24y plus 12 minus 63 means what? 12 minus 63 is 50 minus 51, right? Minus 51. Now this is 6y squared, open the bracket, you get minus 24y, then minus 51. Now here if you put the value of y as minus 2, then you'll get 6 minus 2 squared minus 24 multiplied by minus 2, and this is minus 51. So this is 6 minus 2 squared means minus 2 multiplied by minus 2 means 4. So 6 multiplied by 4, this is minus 24 multiplied by minus 2 means two negative numbers, so plus and 48. Now this is minus 51. 24 plus 48 and minus 51. If you add these two together, you get 52 and 72 minus 51, and this is equal to 21. So you get 21 when you'll put y is equal to minus 2. So first simplify and then put this value. Here you have another problem that says you have to add. So this is one expression, this is another expression. Let's deal with this first one. So you have to add this expression and this expression. Okay. Whenever you are dealing with such problems, you always have to simplify it first. If you'll simplify, then things will get easier, because when you simplify, you'll get to know what all terms are like terms and what all terms are unlike terms. So here, in this case, let's take this one. You have 5m multiplied by 3 minus m means 5m multiplied by 3. Then if you want to write this as plus minus m, so this will be this plus sign here. This is 5m multiplied by minus m, right? Now if you further solve it, you'll get 15m, and this is 5m multiplied by minus m means what? Minus 5m squared plus minus 5. M multiplied by minus m means minus m squared. So this is 15m, just leave it as it is. Okay. Now let's solve for this one, simplify this one. This is 6m squared minus 13m. So you don't need to simplify it because it is already in its simplified form. Only thing if you want to do is write it as 6m squared plus minus 13m. Okay, so now you have this expression and you have this expression. You have to add these two together. So 15m plus within the bracket minus 5m squared, then plus 6m squared plus minus 13m. Okay, so 15m and here you have minus 5m squared. Now if you look at this term, that is 15m, and this term, that is minus 13m, these two are like terms because they have the same algebraic factor, that is m and m. So 15 plus minus 13m means 15m plus minus 13m within the bracket. Then if you look at this minus 5m squared and 6m squared, these are also like terms because they have the same algebraic factor. So plus minus 5m squared plus 6m squared. If you solve it, this is 15m. If you open the bracket, this will become minus 13m. So 15m minus 13m means 2m, then plus minus 5m squared plus 6m squared means m squared. So if you want to write it, you can write it in this form: m squared plus 2m, a higher power than a lower power. So m squared plus 2m is the result, is the sum when you add these two expressions together, right? When you add these two expressions together, you'll get this as a new algebraic expression, that is m squared plus 2m. Okay, now let's solve for the second one. Let's first take this. So this is 4y, 3y squared plus 5y minus 7. So we can rearrange it and write it as plus within the bracket minus 7. Okay, now this can be written as, this is a monomial multiplied by a trinomial. So first multiply 4y with 3y squared. So 4y multiplied by 3y squared, then this plus sign here, 4y multiplied by 5y, then plus sign here, this 4y multiplied by minus 7. Right, now if you solve it, this is 4 multiplied by 3, then y multiplied by y squared, this plus sign here, this is 4 multiplied by 5, here y multiplied by y, this plus sign here, 4 multiplied by minus 7, this is, then you have y. You get 12y cubed, you have then 20y squared, and then you have 4 multiplied by minus 7 means minus 28, so plus minus 28y. Okay, so we have written all these terms and we have added them together. So this is the simplified form of this expression. Now here we have this expression. So this is 2, then y cubed, put plus sign here, right, within the bracket, minus 4y squared, then plus 5. Okay, so this is 2 multiplied by y cubed, then plus 2 minus 4y squared, then this plus sign here, and this is 2 multiplied by 5. If you solve this, this is 2y cubed. Now 2 multiplied by minus 4, right? Number multiplied by number. So 2 multiplied by minus 4, and you have y squared plus 10. If you solve this, you'll get 2y cubed plus minus 8y squared plus 10. So you have this simplified form of this expression, and you have another expression that is simplified form of this one. You have to add these two together. Let's say that this is expression 1 and this is expression 2. So 1 plus 2 will be, right, this 12y cubed plus 20y squared plus minus 28y. Then you have this plus 2y cubed plus minus 8y squared plus 10. Now if you look at this term and this term, these two are like terms because here you have y cubed, here also you have y cubed, that is same algebraic factor. So add them together, 12y cubed plus 2y cubed. Then you have, if you look at this term, 20y squared and minus 8y squared, these are again like terms. So plus 20y squared plus minus 8y squared, and then you have this minus 28y. Okay, you have just this minus 28y only, so write plus minus 28y, this is plus 10. 12y cubed plus 2y cubed means 14y cubed, and then this is plus 20y squared minus 8y squared means 12y squared. Here if you open the bracket, this will be minus 28y, and this is plus 10. So adding these two expressions gives you this expression. This is last one, you have to subtract here. So this is one expression and this is the second one. So you have to subtract this from this one. Let's solve for this one. So this is 3pq and p plus minus q, and if you solve it, this is 3pq multiplied by p, then you have 3pq multiplied by minus q. If you further solve it, you get 3 p multiplied by p. You always group the same variables together and then multiply, and then you have q, and then you have plus 3p, and then you have q multiplied by minus q, right? If you solve it, you get 3p squared q, then plus, this is 3p, q multiplied by minus q. So q multiplied by minus q means minus q squared. We have discussed this. Q multiplied by minus q is minus q squared. It means that this term will be minus 3pq squared. How? Actually, you are multiplying 3 multiplied by p multiplied by minus q squared. So this minus q squared is actually what? Is actually 3 multiplied by p multiplied by minus 1 multiplied by q squared, right? So this can be written as minus 3pq squared. That's the reason of writing it in this form. Okay, so you have this expression ready as a simplified version of this one. Now let's look at this second one. This is 2pq, and then this is p plus q. Multiply this, 2pq multiplied by p, then plus sign here, 2pq multiplied by q. You will get 2p squared q plus 2pq squared, right? P and p, q and q. So you have got another expression, the simplified form of this one. Now you have to subtract 2 from 1. So 1 minus 2 will be 3p squared q, 3p squared q plus minus 3p q squared, and then you have, this is expression 1, put minus sign here, take a square bracket or round bracket, whatever, put 2p squared q plus 2pq squared. Okay. Now, if you open the bracket here, this is 3p squared q. This is plus, sorry, put this as plus only, plus minus 3p q squared. Okay. Now this is minus, and this is 2p squared q. Okay, then this is minus, this is plus, this will become minus 2pq squared. Okay, in order to avoid any confusion, I'll again suggest you to put this minus within the bracket and write plus outside. So this is 3p squared q plus minus 3pq squared plus within the bracket minus 2p squared q, right? Put this minus within the bracket and put plus outside the bracket so that you do not make any mistake when you're dealing with negative sign, and then plus minus 2pq squared. Okay, now if you look at this expression carefully, then 3p squared q and minus 2p squared q, 3p squared q and minus 2p squared q are like terms because p squared q and p squared q, these are the same algebraic factor. It means that what? Now if you look at this expression, it's actually basically addition, plus sign, plus sign, plus sign. So just add the terms together. So when you add these two terms together, you get 3p squared q plus minus 2p squared q. Okay, now if you look at this term, that is minus 3pq squared and minus 2pq squared, these are again like terms because here you have pq squared and here you have pq squared. So plus minus 3pq squared and plus minus 2pq squared. So this is 3p squared q, 3p squared q, open the bracket, you get minus 2p squared q, this plus sign here. This is minus 3pq squared minus 3pq squared, and this is, if you open the bracket, this is minus 2pq squared. If you solve it, 3pq squared q minus 2pq squared q means what? 1p squared q plus this is minus 3pq squared minus 2pq squared means minus 5 pq squared minus 5pq squared. Okay, now this is p squared q, this is plus, within the bracket is minus, open the bracket, you will get minus pq squared. So the answer is p squared q minus pq squared.